Brief history of Ibanez and guide to their electric guitars. The Japanese brand's origins lie in the Spanish luthier Salvador Ibanez, whose excellent guitars were distributed in Japan by the Hoshino Gakki company. However, the 1929 recession severely affected the firm, and it was forced to close in 1933. Consequently, the Japanese market was undersupplied. For this reason, in 1935, the importer decided to begin manufacturing Spanish guitars himself, distributing them under the name Ibanez Salvador. But the name was later shortened to simply Ibanez. Although it wasn't until 1960 that the brand expanded globally, thanks to the recreation of electric guitar models from the most charismatic American brands such as Fender, Gibson, and Rickenbacker. This period of the Ibanez brand is known as the lawsuit era, as the brand faced numerous lawsuits from these manufacturers. This event, which was initially considered negative for the manufacturer, later became a turning point in Ibanez's history. As a result, the brand decided to develop its own original models, such as the Iceman and Roadstar series. The late 1980s were another defining moment, as the manufacturer produced one of its most iconic models in 1987, the Ibanez Jem. The Japanese brand developed this model in collaboration with virtuous guitarist Steve Vai, and began developing modernist models known as Superstrat, a type of guitar that would become its most iconic models. The Ibanez Jem features a powerful sound and a slim neck specially designed for solo guitarists, which would become a trademark of the brand, as would the 24-fret fingerboard. This model features the distinctive handle-shaped opening in the guitar body. But this wouldn't be the only model developed in collaboration with Steve Vai, as the Ibanez Universe was produced in 1990. The first mass-produced 7-string electric guitar, to the delight of guitarists who loved the hardest rock genres. Successive new models incorporated innovative elements, such as modern and radical body shapes, thinner necks, flatter fingerboards that allow for faster playing, high-power electronics, and colorful finishes. A brand that eventually became emblematic shred guitarists, such as the aforementioned Steve Vai, Joe Satriani, and Paul Gilbert. These guitarists would be some of Ibanez's main ambassadors, as these artists have numerous signature models. However, there is no shortage of guitarists loyal to the Ibanez brand, such as Paul Stanley, Kiko Loureiro, Andy Timmons, and Martin Miller. In short, there are quite a few models developed by the brand, as it has more than 300 electric guitar models on the market. The Japanese brand maintains a close relationship with major electromagnetic pickup brands such as Seymour Duncan and above all DiMarzio, given that a large number of its models feature pickups from both manufacturers. Ibanez's most exclusive line is the J Custom series, designated by the initials JC. These high-end guitars are built by Ibanez's finest specialists to fully realize the brand's potential in design and technological advancements. In the prestige range, we find high-quality models made in Japan at a somewhat more affordable price between $1,600 and $2,500. And finally, in the GIO range, we find the most economical series. Within all these categories, we have different series, such as the RG, possibly the best-known Ibanez series, on the market since 1987. The RG was developed as a variation of the Ibanez Jem, and is one of the most popular guitars in genres such as hard rock and metal. In this range, we can find models at very attractive prices, such as the Ibanez RG 421, which costs around $500 with a fixed bridge. The RG-A range differs from the previous series by featuring an arch top to maintain the instrument's comfort while providing a more uniform finish. This series also includes models with a longer scale length of 26.5 inches and 7-string guitars, to the delight of purely metal guitarists in the RGD series. In the S series, we have very interesting models at a controlled price, such as the Ibanez S521, with a fixed bridge for around $430, and with an Edge 02 tremolo bridge for around $650. With similar features to the previous model, but with an HSH pickup configuration, we have the Ibanez S670 for around $700. The Ibanez PS60 is a signature model by Paul Stanley of the band Kiss, priced at around $400. But if we need a more luxurious Iceman model, we have the Ibanez IC420 for around $750, with a flamed maple top. Ibanez doesn't just develop modernist models for the most hard guitarists, it also makes classic models, such as the Telecaster-style AZS series. The brand brings the most modern innovations to these instruments, while maintaining the most classic electric guitar sounds. In the AR series, we also find attractive, classic-style models at fairly affordable prices and with spectacular finishes. However, due to the slightly set-back strap attachment, this guitar is prone to pitching. This can be solved by using a wider strap, preferably made of a material that doesn't slip too much. Among its most popular models, due to their excellent value for money, is the Ibanez GIO, a guitar priced at around $250, with a versatile HSS pickup configuration. A guitar with a modern design, yet at the same time understated and elegant. If we need a 24-fret model for around $280, we can opt for the Ibanez RG 140. Obviously, at this price point, we can't find guitars with a Floyd Rose-style bridge, and we don't need one. Since it would be impossible to install a halfway acceptable tremolo bridge of this style at these price points, I personally wouldn't risk buying a guitar with a Floyd Rose-style bridge for less than $700 or $800. When it comes to semi-hollow electric guitar models, Ibanez also has a lot to offer, making it very difficult for established brands to compete against its products. Like the signature John Scofield model, with a flamed maple body and ebony fingerboard, for around $1,300. It's not a cheap guitar, but if you look at the prices of a guitar of this style from the brand that starts with Gib and ends with Son, you'll realize what a truly expensive guitar is. To put it mildly, the most affordable prices would be roughly double the cost of the Ibanez John Scofield. However, Ibanez can offer much more affordable semi-hollow body guitars like the Ibanez AS73 for around $500. Or hollow body models like the Ibanez AF75, an impressive guitar with a sound that matches its appearance for a reasonable $530. The Ibanez brand began its journey by copying the designs of other, more charismatic brands. But after developing its own models, it has become an iconic manufacturer on par with the brands it originally copied.